Peace, family. It's your brother Marc Lamont Hill. Welcome to Israel's War on Gaza report. The War on Gaza report is something we do here on the channel to keep track of everything going on in the Gaza Strip since October 7, 2023, when Israel launched its genocidal attack on the Gaza Strip. We have tried to give you the coverage that mainstream media will not. We try to give you the information that corporate outlets refuse to, as a means of not just empowering you as viewers, but also figuring out how we can reach an end to this vicious and historically unprecedented genocide in Gaza. I want to shout out everybody who's been here with us, everybody who has been following us since day one. Now that we are on day 379, that's right. Israel's war on Gaza has reached day 379, and we're going to begin our analysis where we always begin, and that is with the numbers. In Gaza, as of today, at least 42,519 people have been killed since October 7th. Again, 42,519 people have been killed. In addition to those numbers, 99,637 people have been wounded in Israeli attacks since October 7th. We know, of course, that those numbers are conservative, despite what the mainstream media wants you to believe, that those numbers are inflated, or that the Gazan Health Department or Gazan Health Ministry can't be trusted. The contrary is actually true. What we know with great certainty is that the number of people under the rubble is in the 5-figure range. It's way above 10,000. Could be 20,000 at this point. We just don't know. We also know, based on the Lancet study and other studies, that the number of people who are killed in attack, whose deaths directly or just one step away from directly due to the attacks, are also, those numbers are maybe 3, 4, 5 times what we've seen so far, and it certainly will be. And so when we talk about the number of people in Gaza dead, we're certainly looking at the 6-figure mark. It's just how many hundreds of thousands. So in light of that, every single day that we see death in Gaza is another day that we know an ethnic cleansing is happening, that we know extraordinary violations of international law, extraordinary war crimes, extraordinary violations of humanitarian law are happening. And so we will continue to keep track of all of it. As of tonight, or on tonight, I should say, at least 73 people have been killed recently today in an Israeli attack on North Gaza's Beit Lahia. Many people remain trapped under the rubble, and the death toll is expected to rise in Beit Lahia. So please keep track of that as well. 73 people in an Israeli attack. Oftentimes, as time goes on, we'll have more access to the disaggregated data, specifically how many were children, how many were women, etc. Although at this stage, I'm somewhat reluctant to even report those distinctions, because it almost justifies the killing of some populations versus others. So if we find out that it was mostly men versus women and children, people go, oh, okay, that's fine. As if Palestinian men, just by virtue of being Palestinian and outside or existing, because oftentimes they're killed in their homes, in schools, just by virtue of being there, that they deserve to die. And we know that that's not true. So we'll follow those numbers, and the Gaza's government media office will continue to provide updates on that information. Details of the attack are emerging amid a communications blackout in the north of the Gaza Strip, where a 16-day Israeli military siege has cut off access to food, water, medicine, and vital services. So the most recent Israeli siege in Gaza, in northern Gaza, has, again, created an impossible and unlivable set of circumstances for our comrades, our brothers, our sisters, our fellow humans in northern Gaza. Let's talk a little bit about the southern region of Gaza as well. In the southern Gaza Strip, according to Oxfam, an Israeli attack killed 4 water engineers and workers who were traveling to repair the infrastructure near Khan Yunis. So again, 4 water engineers and workers traveling to repair infrastructure in Khan Yunis were killed in an Israeli attack, which again, as we see over time, is becoming increasingly indiscriminate, increasingly indiscriminate. I apologize for the constant throat clearing. I'm still fighting illness. As y'all know, it's been a crazy week of illness. Anyway, a couple of other updates that we can give you for sure. Air attack sirens have been triggered in northern Israel amid reports of rockets launched from southern Lebanon and the sounds of explosions. Local Israeli media said the alerts were raised in Israel's northern areas bordering southern Lebanon, including Kiryat Shimona, Kfar Galadi, Kfar Yuval, Metula, Mayan Baruch, Tel Hai, Beit Hillel, Goshirim, and Margaliat. Margaliot, excuse me. We will bring you more on this as we get more information. Another piece of information comes from one of my colleagues at Al Jazeera, Arabic correspondent, Anas Sharif. Anas Sharif says that at least 10 of his relatives, including his cousin, are among the dozens killed in an Israeli attack that destroyed that entire residential block in Beit Lahia. So, yeah. Anas said, today, while covering the massacre by Israeli occupation forces in Beit Lahia, I was shocked to discover that one of the homes targeted in the airstrike belonged to my cousin. One of the other updates on Beit Lahia that I think is important to know is that the western part of Beit Lahia, which is known as the Beit Lahia project area, the surrounding buildings, even those that weren't devastated, were shaken. The foundations were shaken. So the reason why this is important is because when we talk about infrastructure in the built environment, it's not just the people who were killed, it's not just the people whose lives were lost in that moment. It's also the amount of rubble, the amount of destruction, the amount of structural instability that emerges in those areas, in those regions, when you when you see what's going on there. So I'm going to show you just as an example. This is the rubble in Beit Lahia in June. This is before the most recent assault. Remember, very little infrastructure is being repaired. And as you saw in Khan Yunis just a few hours ago, if not an hour ago, any attempts at infrastructure repair in the South are also being met with violence. So there's very little opportunity here to see any kind of real legitimate repair, any real legitimate support, any real legitimate intervention coming through in that area, in that region. So that's just something that I think is important to note, something important to share. Before we go, I do want to say, we will be talking about the White House's role in all this. I want to kind of keep the War on Gaza report focused on Gaza and what's happening on the ground there, and of course the related airstrikes that are happening in Lebanon, similar to what we were doing in the Red Sea, but when the Houthi or the Ansar Allah struggles were happening simultaneously. So it's something that we need to keep track of. Another thing, Israel's military siege in the north has been responded to by UNRWA chief Philippe Lazzarini, who says that 20,000 people were forced to flee the Jabalia refugee camp on Friday alone. 20,000 people forced to flee Jabalia alone on Friday, or on Friday alone. This is wild. And of course, we know Benjamin Netanyahu's home was attacked by drones. Netanyahu has come out and said, agents of Iran are responsible for his home in Caesarea being attacked by drones. Iran's UN mission said Hezbollah carried out the attack. I don't know. I have no comment. I need to get more information before I can speak on it intelligently. I've heard conflicting reports, so I'm going to say nothing until I get more information. But yes, we are in the midst of year two now. Year two of this struggle, and it is a shameful circumstance. What I'm going to do now, as we wrap up the War on Gaza report, and again, I'm not feeling great, so I apologize. I apologize for the brevity of it. Is that we are going to do a live Q&A at 11. At 11 p.m., we're going to do a live Q&A. Come with your questions. As always, it's an opportunity to support the channel and build up the channel as well. So, we appreciate super chats, super stickers, super thanks. But regardless, I'm going to be answering questions for a long time. Now, let me not say a long time, because when I say a short time, it ends up a long time. So if I say a long time, it could be forever, or I could jinx it. So, but at 11 p.m. Eastern time, I'm going to do a live Q&A tonight, guaranteed. So I'll see y'all at 11, and we'll talk soon. Thank you for watching. In the meantime, support the War on Gaza report. Support the channel in any way that you can. We always appreciate your support in any way, again, that you can offer. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. That's a great way to support us. Also hit the join button, become a monthly paid subscriber to the channel. That's always appreciated. Our Cash App is back up. I know some of you have been trying to send Cash App all month. Feel free to send it right now. Go to Cash App, MLHTV. You can also do PayPal.me. You can go to Venmo. You can go to Zelle, whichever platform you want. Please, if you don't want to make a monthly commitment, make a commitment just for today, just for this month. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, or Zelle. It's all greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated. Thank you. And I'll see you all in about an hour and 15 minutes right here on the channel for a live Q&A. Talk to you soon.